Welcome to the Situation of the Matter podcast
with Misty.
and Anya, where we laugh together, grow together, and discuss the situation of the matter. Today's episode, we are discussing the situation friendship, the real, the fake, and everyone in between. So grab your headphones, your drinks, get comfortable, and let's discuss the situation of the matter.
Okay, Annie, are you ready for our first question?
I'm ready.
Do you believe that women and men can be friends and only friends? Why or why not?
I do personally because I think I really have a lot of male friends, and I think it's easier. The friendship is easier. Sometimes with women, our friendships get a little complicated.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've had like one of my best friends is a guy, and there's nothing romantic, never has been. We don't see each other in that light. We simply just whenever we hang out, it's just a friendship, and I love it. So, what about you, Misty?
Yeah, I do think that men and women can be friends as long as those boundaries are there and there's no tension or anything like that.
Right.
I think so.
That's good. You have any male friends who you
I have one male friend. He has a lot of similar life situations as me, so it's just really easy for me to talk to him.
cool veins? Do you, Misty, consider everyone a friend?
I do not consider everyone a friend. My friends are few. I can have a lot of acquaintances, but somebody who's truly, truly my friend is not a whole lot.
Right.
But I no, everyone's not a friend.
No, they don't.
No, what about you?
I don't. I'm big on associates, acquaintances, and friendship. And I think it's for me. I only have a few friends who I actually consider friends. Associates are many, acquaintances um a little bit, but friends very, very, very little.
Okay. Do you think the word friend is used loosely, and what is your definition of friendship?
I do because I think even like in school, they call everyone, "Oh, your friends. Be
Hmm.
nice to your friends" when
Yeah.
they're kids in daycare. And I really hate that term. I hate to say hate, but I don't. I just strongly dislike that term, friend. But because friends are people who are always there for you,
Hmm.
who you can depend on, who they don't. They might judge you because it's okay. I'm not. If I'm wrong or I'm doing something, I expect my friend to tell me, like judge me in that sense, because I know that it's truly coming from a place of love.
Yeah.
So, but friendship, friends, the word is used very loosely in today's society. I think it's because it should be used in a way that people really know what it means. And I don't think a lot of people know what the true word of friends mean. What about you?
I do think that it's used loosely, especially like you said, younger when you're a kid, like at school, they call their classmates friends.
Hmm.
Then as a teenager, sometimes you're just trying to look for your place to fit in, and you sometimes you get with people that are not your friend at all. And I
Right.
think as you get older, you realize friends are kind of like what you said, somebody who is there for you, who will tell you from a place of love if something you're doing is harmful to you or to the people around you, not judging you, but just like being like, hey, this, I don't agree with this. That to me, that's a friend.
Right.
Or people just being there when you need them, or just every once in a while just calling and seeing, like, hey, how are you doing?
I agree. I agree. Definitely, definitely. What kind of friend do you hope you are and you want to be?
So I think that I would want to be the kind of friend that I would want, like somebody that if you're having a bad day, you can call me. I'm not going to judge you. Um, Somebody that's going to show up when you need me, and that's kind of it. What about you?
Um, I just I'm kind of the same with you. Like, I would hope to be the kind of friend that I am to people because I think I'm a pretty good friend. I mean,
You are.
we all have our. Oh, thank you. You are too. That's why we're friends. That's why it works. I guess that's why
Yeah.
we work, because we show each other respect, we show each other love, we support each other,
Mhm.
and that's what I want as a friend, and that's what I hope I am as a friend. So,
Yeah. Okay. The next question. Do you think that there are levels to friendship, or one friend you would do anything for without questions, and another would you think about it before doing anything?
I do. I don't know. I just think like some people they could call me and I would just say, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing and get there if they
Mhm.
needed me. Then some people I look at like, I don't know, and I maybe I shouldn't be like this, but I look at it like we're friends, but how supportive of a friend is that person? But me, knowing me, I'll still drop what I'm doing to go help
Yeah.
somebody, without question, just because that's just kind of unfortunately how I am, because then I'll feel guilty for
Yeah.
not helping my friend. What
I
about you?
I think there are levels to friendships. Like, for example, whenever my mom passed away, one of my friends came over at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mm,
One of my friends and one of my cousins. So there's nothing ever in this life that you could do that could make me think anything ill of them because it's 3 o'clock in the
yeah,
morning and you didn't you're not asleep. You just came over like so that's gonna be somebody that's always like dear in my heart.
right.
And sometimes your cousins end up being your friends, especially with us who come from a big, big family.
Hmm.
So and then there's some too that kind of like you said, would they be there for me when I needed them, or if I'm telling them my secrets, are they gossiping behind me
Right,
about me behind my back, or are they listening as a friend? So there's truly levels, and then also if you're doing something that maybe they wouldn't do, how judgmental of you are they?
right. I agree with that.
Like how comfortable am I to tell you my secrets?
I agree. I agree. So, Missy, how do you handle friendships that become toxic? And do you think after dealing with a toxic situation in a friendship, you can go back to being friends again?
So I've never really had like a friendship that was toxic. Now I have worked somewhere where the girls in there, the women in there, they
Hmm.
were so catty. And I was friends with another girl that they didn't like. And I
Oh,
knew that they didn't like her, but it doesn't have nothing to do with me.
right.
She hasn't done anything. And I ended up getting pretty close with her. And then they blocked me and were like, oh, you're friends with her. I'm not going to be friends with you. And at the end of the day, okay, bye.
And it's grown
Like,
women, or was this when you
grown.
were in high school?
No, these women are in there from their 30s to their 50s.
Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, that's not good. I've had the I've had the toxic situation with let's say former friend, because I am no
Mm-hmm.
longer friends with this person. Um, for me, it depends on the actual situation. Like in this case, it got really ugly with her telling me I wasn't her friend from the beginning, that because I was pregnant, mind you, and she was messing with this guy, and she was upset that I did not come help her fight his girlfriend, the woman he was cheating on her with.
And then was this when you were a teenager?
No, this was when I was pregnant with Talia.
Oh,
So like
we're
six
fighting in our
years ago.
40s.
Exactly. I'm pregnant. I'm not going to fight anybody. I'm not even fighting in my 40s. I'm not even fighting you when I'm young. I'm definitely not going to fight you when I'm older. So me and her, it was really bad. It was a very toxic friendship to begin with. Just a lot of one just a lot of like things that she did, and the final blow for me with her was the telling me I wasn't a friend to her when I knew I had been a great friend to her, was there for her, getting out of my bed when her car didn't have gas to go help her when it broke down. And I'm a single woman, like I'm driving in midnight to go help you, loaning you money and just being supportive. But one time or whatever, I just think it was an overbuilt thing for her because she wasn't the best of friends. She just had a lot of ways about her that just ended up not being healthy for me or her.
Question 7 is kind of the same. So, do you have another toxic situation that you've dealt with a friendship? And are
Mm,
you friends with them now?
no, I'm not. I can get rid of people. I'm not gonna hold on to friendships. If I'm not gonna hold on to anyone who doesn't mean me well, whether it's a friendship, even if it's a family member like me,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get rid of you because I like to be at peace. My peace is
Hmm.
so important. And if it's someone or a certain situation, especially adults now,
Hmm.
I just would rather walk away from that situation and that person and just have my peace. What about you?
So with mine, that it was just work friends, but I mean they blocked me, so I'm not gonna beg you to be my friend. So,
Please, Misty, please.
so not that serious.
So, how would you correct a friend that made you feel uncomfortable? Would you discuss it or sweep it under the rug?
So I think this is gonna go back to whenever we were younger.
Okay.
So like talking back to your parents, being mean to your mother,
Oh,
absurd to me.
it is.
Unheard of.
It is.
So when I would go to my friends' houses and they're arguing, talking back to their mom, first I was just flabbergasted. I was like, talking to your mom like that, of all people. But then when I got to be around them more, their moms were calling them fat or they were being mean to them. I was like, okay, well, my mom would never say that. So.
Right.
But even if she did, I'd probably just go in my room and cry. I wouldn't talk back to her. But then I was like, okay. I guess I started kind of understanding where they were coming from, but sometimes I would be like, hey, cut your mom some slack. Like back then, I may not have said something when I was a teenager because you're still in your people pleasing phases back then. But I think now, especially now, if I see somebody mistreating somebody or talking to somebody unnecessarily, I'll say something. But if the disrespect started from that person, hey, do what you got to do. What about you?
I will. I'm not gonna sweep anything under the rug. Like I'm gonna address it. Like it could be the smallest thing, or if it makes you feel some type of way, I feel like you have that right. Like, hey, it kind of hurt my little feelings, but you just have to. I think it's the way you say it because you have to think about it as, okay, do I still want this friendship? Yes. So do I need to be? How do I go about handling it? Like I can go like, Misty, you hurt my feelings,
Yeah.
But someone else, I may have to go at it a different way. So, I mean, I think it really depends on the situation for me. Like, I'm gonna address it. I don't want to sweep things under the rug. I'm tired. Like,
I think it depends on the person and how defensive do they get. Are they gonna turn it on you and make it be like, well, I didn't mean it like that, or blah blah blah. So,
but then, do you want that kind of friendship?
No. Okay. Do you believe some conversation should be avoided to save friendship?
I think it. I don't know. I feel like. Well, okay. Let me put it on a lighter note then. I don't think we really talk about politics. We do because we kind of share the same views.
Yeah.
But I think with other people, we don't bring up the subject as much. I don't, like my friends, certain people, certain of my friends, I would never discuss certain politics or even religion because it may offend them. And I don't want to offend anyone. As a friend, I want to think about their feelings, or because I think certain topics and certain subjects cause chaos in friendships. So
that's true.
I kind of save certain conversations for and then a lot of times, like, I don't want to talk about politics and things anyway when I'm out with my friends. So that's, for me, politics is the biggest conversation that I stay away from anybody. Me and you don't even talk about it. I think we pretty much have the same views on certain things, and I don't really talk about that with you. Do you save?
So I'm okay with talking about politics. I'm not going to push my beliefs on anybody, and as long as it's a mutual respect, I'm not going to push my beliefs on you. Don't push your beliefs on me.
Right.
I think they always say politics and religion should be avoided in conversation, but I don't necessarily think that that's true. I think if it's really your friend and you respect each other, you could talk about it in a respectable manner. I mean, hey, we can agree to disagree.
Yeah, we can. See, there we go. But I just know some people, they get really deep into it and they get offended. Like, you don't even know these people. Why are you mad?
So if it's somebody like that, if they're like really lean one way or the other, then I'm not going to discuss with them, because a lot of people that are into politics like that, whatever they believe, and you're wrong and they're right. So with that type of person. I'm not going to talk about politics, but I don't think I know anybody like that.
Um, do you think it's possible for a friendship to be or become one-sided? And how do you handle these types of friendships?
I think friendships end up being one sided a lot, actually. But I don't care if it's one sided, if I'm the one that's like putting in the effort. If I want to, I will. And then if I want to stop and you stop reaching out too, it is what it is.
Have you ever had a certain situation that had become one-sided in a friendship?
I don't think that I can think of like specific situations. I mean, I have had people where if I'm not calling them or inviting them out, then they
Yeah.
wouldn't be. But I mean, like I said, it doesn't matter to me if I have to be the initiator. I'm okay with it.
I don't want to be the initiator. I'm serious. Like, I have dealt with one-sided friendships a few times, and let me say this: I am no longer friends with these people because like I said, I just refuse to be where it doesn't mean me good. Like, if you don't mean me well, like, I don't have a use for you. And like the person I was talking about earlier about the toxic relation friendships and
Mm.
situations where she was real one-sided. I feel like me, I would come and go to her house and go do things. I would, if she needed me, I was there. I was giving like 100% because I'm like, I love this girl. This is my friend. We have been knowing each other a really long time. And when she wrote me this text message, and it was so long, like it was, man, it was long, telling me how I wasn't a good person, how I was never her friend. Like, I choose other people over her, and I'm just not giving, and I'm not doing this. I mean, she had so many reasons as to why I wasn't a good friend to her. You don't love yourself. I mean, it was crazy work, okay? And I'm sitting there reading this like, is she out of her mind? Like,
It sounds
I
like she's breaking up with you or
and
something.
that's like, really, like, okay, that's fine. And she was like, I thought about this, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm glad you thought about it. So let's part ways. Clearly, you think I'm not a friend, but I was a great friend to you, and it was very one-sided. Like, what can you do for me? What am I getting out of it? And it was unhealthy. So it's
Yeah.
good. It was good for me, and it was good for her that we are no longer friends. Thank you, Lord.
How do you know when a friendship has ran its course and how do you end
um, I think just when you no longer enjoy that person, when you don't care if you talk to them, you don't care if you see them, um, you you just don't enjoy them anymore. When everything, when you do talk, you can feel a
it?
hostility
Yeah.
amongst each other, and the conversations aren't as authentic or genuine anymore. I feel like, no, it's time for us. We probably need to go our own ways
Yeah.
because we're no longer friends. We're forcing something to be there that's no longer there. So for me, I just feed off of the energy and the vibes I get from that person, and from just everything overall. Like, do you come see me? Do I go see you? Are we making excuses not to go to lunch
Yeah.
or something? Then it's okay to end a friendship, I think. How about you?
So I think whenever someone's always being negative, every time you talk to them, it's just negative. Everything is always wrong, and everything is always. There's never anything positive, and like sometimes you're just like, okay, I don't know if I can maintain this friendship for my own mental health because we all have our own issues, and not to say that my friends can't call me and vent if they're having a bad day or whatever.
Right.
But if that's all you ever do, if every day everything
Ugh,
is negative.
exhausting.
But in the age we live in, it's very easy to end a friendship. Just don't call them anymore.
That's what I think. I'm like, at this point, like, you know what? Yeah, we don't need to be friends. And are you like, with you, do you think, okay, we're not friends in real life? We're not gonna be friends on social media.
No, no, I'm not like that.
Oh,
I also have a question about that. So, like, when your family member or your friends break up with their like significant other, Are we supposed to unfriend them on social media?
Unfriend the significant. I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I think it depends on like the relationship you and that person had, and that's another thing too. Like, why do I have to pick and choose
Yeah.
who I need to be friends with? Like, if we're no longer friends, are you supposed to stop being friends with the whole group of friends? Or like, okay, say me, you, and Crystal, our third party, that's not here.
She doesn't want to be on camera. Hey, Crystal.
Do like, okay, say me and you and Crystal, one of us gets into it, and Crystal says, I'm not gonna be friends with Anya anymore. But so do me and you stop being friends? Because me and Misty actually met through Crystal. So are we supposed to stop being friends? Because how does that work?
Why did y'all stop being friends? Is it not salvageable?
I don't know. We still friends, but I'm just like,
I mean, they're hypothetical questions.
right.
I would feel like
let's see.
it depends. It depends on why you stopped being friends. Did you do something like really, really bad?
We got into a huge disagreement. Like, it was just to the point where she said some things, I said some things. So this is hypothetical, y'all. This is not real. And we just decided, okay, since you think like this and you feel like this, because you know when you're upset with people, some feelings come out sometime, and sometimes you say words that,
and sometimes you say stuff you don't mean.
Exactly. So words were said. So now we decided to part ways. How would you handle
I'm
that?
sorry, I'm gonna have to be the mediator. Y'all gonna have to make that. Y'all gonna have to get over it.
Like, it's done. Okay, it's a wrap, right?
How would you handle that?
So I'm probably like you, because I think it depends for me, like how deep that friendship was, and knowing like our friendship is so close knit. Like, I would be destroyed. Like, if our little circle broke up, like, we can't break up. Y'all are all I have. Like, so I would definitely try to, like, okay, we're going to lunch. We're going to go talk about this, because I feel like after all those years of friendship, there should be nothing that you can't work out. And unless it's like something just crazy extreme. And then in that case, I'm probably not going to be friends with you either. Like, you know.
But it's going to be a discussion of like, I'm not okay with what you did, so I'm going to have to take a step back away. And whenever you go get healing for whatever caused you to do that, we can readjust our friendship.
Yeah. And I think that's a good thing. That should be how friendships work. Like, you shouldn't, if it's especially in a group, there shouldn't be like, okay, I'm not talking to her no more, so none of us are talking to her. And even like a relationship, like you said on social media, if I break up with oh boy, and there's no oh boy, but if I break up with oh boy, you and him are friends and y'all talk, I'm not gonna be mad at you for staying friends with him.
I guess for me though, social media is not that serious, so I'm just like, whatever. If they unfriend me, fine. I'm too lazy to go on.
But me, people. I'm that friend. If you blocked on in real life, you blocked on social media. That's me. I'm gonna block you.
I think I have like one person blocked.
Oh my gosh, I have a lot of people blocked. Do you excuse rude behavior from your friends if they use the excuse they are going through a rough time?
So I've had that situation before, and they're being rude to my babies.
Oh no.
And now if it's to me, yeah, I'll excuse it, because I mean, if you're like, okay, if you're using it as an excuse, and I know you're using it as an excuse, I'd probably be like, whatever. But if you're really going through something, because life situations do affect how you act sometimes.
Right.
I don't know. It depends on the situation. Sometimes I'll excuse it, sometimes I won't. But I'm telling everybody now, if you're rude to my grandbabies, never excuse
it. What about you? Kids, so you shouldn't be rude to kids or whatever. I think I do to a certain extent. Like for me, like if you're going through something, you have a death in the family or something, and you just being nasty, because I know like your mind is all over the place. Yeah. But then once you go through what you've been going through, and I still try to reach out, and me, like certain situations like death is one, I kind of back off on people, and it's not because I'm not trying to be a supportive friend. For me, I feel like that is my way of being supportive to you. I'm thinking about you, I'm praying for you, but I'm just giving you space. Like, because some people, they feel like, well, you didn't check on me, you didn't call me every day, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't operate like that. Like, I'm that friend. Like, I know she's going through something, so I'm gonna step back a little bit, but I'm here if she needs me, and I'll text or, hey, you okay, or something, and I just never want. But so in that situation, and you be a little nasty, okay, I can excuse you for it because I know you going through something. But if you're just having a bad day or a bad week because you broke up with your man or whatever the case is, and you just nasty for no reason, nah, I ain't excusing it, because we've all been dealing with certain things, especially to me, those type of things. There's no excuse for it. And then to like being mean to my grandbabies and stuff, like my grandson. No, we're not gonna do that. And I'm like I said, I'm gonna check you. I'm not gonna just be like, okay, I'm just not gonna be friends with you. I'm gonna check you on that because, yeah.
I don't think that not calling when somebody passes away, I don't think that's rude, because when my mom passed away, I had to turn my phone off. So many people were calling and texting me. I was
Hmm.
just like overwhelmed. I was like,
Right,
I had to turn my phone off. I was like, I cannot talk to anybody else. And that was trying to keep it from going there. Like,
right,
okay, stop calling me. When, they're coming from a good place. I just want to make sure you're okay. And at the end of the day, you're not.
right.
So,
Yeah, because I had a friend with she had a death in the family, and I feel like our friendship kind of got rocky after
yeah.
that, because I feel like she didn't think I was being there for her because I wasn't calling. But I don't handle death to the best way, in the best
Yeah.
way, and because I don't have the words that you may need to say, I need to say,
I
because
feel like there's not
my
any word
mom
we
is
can
still
say.
living,
Yeah.
so I don't know how to say, I know how you feel. And
Yeah.
even if my mom was deceased, I still couldn't say, I know what you feel. All I can ever say when in that kind of situation is like, I'm here for you. If you need me, call me. But I'm not the person, like I said, I'm not that friend that's calling you all the time like, hey, I'm sorry, you okay? I'm I'm the friend in the background. I'm praying for you. Trust me, I'm praying for you. And I'm just like, thinking about you and stuff. And I'll reach out. But I think she got kind of upset that I was not just like,
But I guess I can go both ways, because somebody close to you passed away and people keep calling you and being like, are you okay? Are you okay? You're
right,
just going to flip out and be like, no, I'm not okay.
right,
Like,
exactly. And that's why I try to make myself have a boundary for that, because I don't want anyone to feel like I'm hammering them or
I didn't feel like anybody was hammering me. I just got overwhelmed. And don't get me wrong, I appreciate the people that were. I appreciate however you handled it. And honestly, I don't remember who called me and who didn't. I just know that my phone would not stop ringing.
or I can only imagine. I can imagine.
So there would never be like any kind of ill feelings to any friend that was like, because it is awkward. You don't know what to say,
Right.
especially when it's someone that close to you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all of these things, they just kind of depend on the situation of the
That part.
matter. Okay. Do you match energy, or do you stay true to who you really are?
I'm authentically me. Like, I'm gonna be me. Like, I think I've always been the same. I I don't know how to be anybody else. Let me say that. So I'm big on uh just being Anya, and just going with the flow. Now, if somebody's just super ugly to me, yeah, I'm gonna match your energy. I'm gonna match you, because that's crazy to me for you to be rude. To be rude to me or ugly to me for no reason. So then I'm just gonna back off. I'm gonna give you some space, because clearly you need some space. But if it continues, then to me that just means, yeah, you no longer want to be friends.
Yeah.
What about you?
I stay true to myself, to who God created me to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think some people are like, oh, if you don't reach out to me, I'm not going to reach out to you.
Mm.
I'll never match that kind of energy. If I want to reach out to you and you didn't reach out to me, I'm going
Oh, you're so nice.
to. Because at the end of the day, I'm not, your energy is the energy God gave you. My energy is the energy God gave me.
Right.
I'm not gonna mess with that. So I'm just gonna stay true to myself. Like you said, I'm gonna be true to me and true to who I was meant to be. And I don't take that as like you can come at me sideways and I'm
Right.
not going to say anything because I am. But I'm not going to match your energy. I'm just going to be like, well, that's the way you feel.
See me, I guess I'm gonna go back to that question about being one-sided. If you're not calling me, I'll call you for a little bit, but I'm not gonna keep calling you because to me, I feel like if we were close, and all of a sudden you just stop communicating with me, I don't hear from you, I gotta call you, and then when I do call you, you kind of rushing me off the phone, then that I feel like you
No.
probably don't want the friendship.
Now, if I'm calling you and you're acting like you don't want to talk to me, okay, I'm going to give you what you want.
Right.
But if you're not calling because you're busy, because we get busy or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, with that being said, we make time for things we want to make time for.
Exactly.
I'm not a fan of excuses, but however, if it just goes for like a month or two and I haven't talked to you and I call you and you're open to talking, I'll still call you. But like you said, if I'm calling you and you're acting like you don't want to talk to me, I can take a hint.
Right.
So, but no. But as far as matching energy, I'm not going to match energy.
Well, you're good, Misty. She's sweet. Yeah.
Hey, it takes a long time to get to these things. I used to be a horrible people pleaser. Not anymore.
Hey, I'm glad.
Okay. So we're going to wrap up now. Friendship, sometimes knowing when to let go is just as important as knowing when to hold on.
Definitely.
And our next episode is going to be part 2 of friendship, discussing loyalty, secrets, married versus single friendships, betrayal, and the friendships that survive distance and life changes.
We'll see you on our part 2.
Bye.